Have you ever noticed how once you get a bit fed up with your manifestation, your desires, focusing on your mental diet, doing your affirmations, doing mirror work, like all the things, when you get frustrated and you literally let it go, you give up, you literally get in a mindset of, I don't actually care anymore. That is when the very thing that you deeply want comes to you. I know it's not just me. I know it's not. You too, right? Well, today I'm going to talk about why that is and how you can apply that without getting to the point of wanting to give up. And we've been talking about that a lot over the last couple of weeks. So, you know what? Let's just jump into it. Hey guys, I am Dr. Stephanie. I am a neurometaphysicist, and I help people just like you take the science and the spiritual, bring them together to create a life you love. Though I am a doctor, I went to school for this work. The reality is, way before I went to school for this work, I was living this work. And so I have literally manifested everything in my life, from coming from evictions and not having bill money to one multi seven figure business, one multi six figure business, and so much more in between. I did a video recently about manifesting every day, like every single day, I manifest something consciously, right? And this is really just a part of who I am. It's not just my work, it's my life. And one thing that has held true is whenever I get to a space of wanting to give up, that's when my manifestation comes. So a couple of weeks ago, I made a video. We're in the middle of a fast, a manifesting fast, and I made a video about wanting, like, just being kind of fatigued and not wanting to go through the process during the times for the way we're doing the fast. That day, that night, after I was like, okay, forget it for right now. Like, let me just release the energy. The very thing came. A lot of you, if you've been here for a while, you found me because one of my videos went viral of where I manifested about $15,000. And that came once I gave up. Like, literally, it's crazy because I was doing all the right things. And when it got to the final hour, and I could not see how that manifestation would come, in that final hour, the manifestation showed up. And it's true that this is the way this works, but I want to impart on you that you don't have to wait until you want to give up. You don't have to allow yourself to get into a fatigue state, a stress state, a state of seeing the gap between where you are and where you desire to be, the contrast being highlighted. You don't have to go there. I'm going to tell you a couple of things here. First of all, it is really important that you know that coming into your manifestations, the things that you want to see in your physical 3D reality, it is important that as much as you want to see them in your physical 3D reality, that you have a knowing that if you don't, there's more, there's greater, and it's okay. And that was hard for people because people feel like if they move in that energy, then that is giving up on their manifestation, but it's not. What it's saying is, I have done the work. I've laid the groundwork in the universe. In the quantum realm that I am currently in, I have laid that groundwork to pull me closer to the quantum realm that I am moving into, where everything I've desired is there. And there is no more work for me to do. I almost think of somebody commenting on my video talking about being tired. They're like, if you're tired, you're not doing it right, baby. I've been doing this. I'm the queen of this. Google Stephanie Sinclair. I'm talking from Vogue to Oprah to Martha Stewart, but I've been doing this. You can't tell me. Sorry, you can't tell me. I'm not a reader and a copier. I am a liver, an experiencer, and been doing it. Right? Like, it's my life. I literally, I'm not a person that the thing I manifest is getting on YouTube telling y'all about manifestation. This was my life way before I showed up on YouTube, and my millions were created way before I ever got on here. Right? It's my life. What I can tell you is a lot of times we are so caught in continuing the affirmations, continuing the visions, continuing those pieces, and we start to feel fatigued again because of the gap. In that moment, you have to trust that when you say, I'm giving this to the universe, I am giving this to wherever you want to give it to, whoever you want to give it to. You move in the energy of it's this or better. If this doesn't work out, it's okay. I will survive, and let it go. Because what's happening is, and I talked about this in a training that I did a couple years ago, a live stream training. It's like planting a seed. When we start, when we figure out what it is we desire, we get our thing in our mind. We get the vision of it. We know what it is. We know what it feels like. We literally can feel it with us. We can feel ourselves sitting in our car. We can feel ourselves sitting in our house. We can feel ourselves in our new body. We can feel ourselves making love to our man or our woman. We can feel all the things that we deeply desire right there present for us. You've planted the seed. You planted a green, you planted a tomato seed, you've planted this. Well, after you've planted it, you have to leave it alone. The watering looks like not going back and reminding yourself you're not in the physical 3D of it. Watering it looks like your mental, when you're talking to yourself, your mental thoughts is talking positively about having the thing that you desire, not the lack thereof. But you don't have to keep replanting the same seed over and over. So what happens is often what we're doing is we're literally planting the seed, digging it up, replanting the seed, digging it up, replanting the seed, digging it up, instead of planting the seed, watering it with our daily thoughts and actions, not participating in conversations that's contradictory of that which is. We water it, and then we just wait for it to germinate. When you give up, when you say, you know what, I can't anymore, I'm tired, however this works out, it works out. In that give up, you gave your plant time to grow. You gave that seed time to start germinating, and it starts getting a little root on it. That's what you gave it time to do. So when you're going in and you're constantly focused and you're stressed and you're constantly thinking about it, that's your digging up the seed again. The seed cannot germinate. That is why whenever you get to a point of fed up, I'm over it, I want to give up, I'm going to leave it alone, do I even want this again? That's the very time you get it. Because you then give your plant, you then give your seed time to germinate and then grow. And so I wanted to do this video to remind you that detachment is huge when it comes to manifestation. As a matter of fact, it's one of the key ingredients. So I just released something called instant manifestation, and I'm going through my 3-part system. I'm actually going, it's like literally going through teaching you as a neurometaphysicist and also a spiritual person. So I take the science and I bring it down to the way that I talk to you here. And I'm walking you through the process. So the first process is the art of receiving, becoming an open portal to all that is good to you, becoming an open portal so that when you think, oh, I want to blah, 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 you walk outside, your neighbor's outside and your neighbor say, hey, I was thinking about you and blah, blah, blah. I talk about this all the time. Is when I first started really getting into manifestation around the same time the $15,000 situation happened. I was doing a visualization, and as soon as I got done, my son and I, we watched Lady and the Tramp, and he was a little kid at the time. He's 17 now. He maybe was 2 or 3. And I love the schnauzer on there, like obsessed with the schnauzer. And I was like, man, it'd be really cool to have a schnauzer. Go to my mom's house the following weekend, which was in a different state. And my mom had a new neighbor who happened to have a schnauzer. And when I pulled up, she said, Stephanie, I was just thinking about you. We're going to breed whatever the dog's name is. I would love to give you one. That's the open portal. An open portal is when I told you guys in my last video that every time I walk out my house, someone gives me something. The universe wants to give me everything I desire, not just the big things, but the little things every single day that I live. The universe wants to give me an amazing steak dinner. The universe wants to give me the best orgasm in the world. The universe wants to give me a scholarship for a course that I want to take at Harvard. I don't know, making that up, but you get what I'm saying. The universe wants to give me everything. You have to be an open portal of receiving in order to be a person with whom you really deeply have that as truth. The second step in any manifesting, but I'm talking about instant manifesting here, but it works for everything. The second step is knowing what the thing is. So how I just talked about the vision, the fact of knowing that it is once you can see yourself, feel yourself in the space of that which you desire. And what I mean is like, not just seeing you being in it, but I mean you being such an active part of it. Example, if you are wanting, you already have your man or your woman, you have your partner, but they're not ready to get married and you want to get married, or maybe it's not even on their like view right now, and you start doing your visions. One of the things I may vision is as soon as we're at the altar and we say I do, and I give them like this, because I got this dream of doing like a nasty kiss at the altar and very inappropriate, but that's me. I like to like look like a lady and then, do the most, but look like a classy lady, let me say that. But like, I would imagine like in that kiss, like absorbing the scent of his cologne. So the knowing, where a lot of people mess up, and I might do a separate video about this another time, but where a lot of people mess up is they think knowing is never paying attention to the 3D, never seeing that you're not married for real, never seeing that you're not in the house for real. Doesn't mean that. As soon as you can see yourself there, you engage all your senses. You see yourself there, you feel yourself there, you smell, you hear the sounds, like all the pieces you can taste, whatever. As soon as that happens, the knowing has been set in. As soon as that happened, the knowing being set in is the seed being planted. That's step 2. Step number 3 is the art of detachment. And so I'm actually teaching each one of these as individual modules and going through the how and ways that I've never seen taught, especially not on social media, because most people on social media, everybody's repeating Neville. People aren't really going into the science. And it was so many people before Neville, like it just was. I love that people are on Neville, but Neville wasn't actually like, oh my God, he wasn't. It was so many people before him who brought this same content, right? Or the content in a different way. He brought it more in the Bible, which I think was probably more revolutionary for him to talk about it as much as he did in terms of, this is what the Bible means, right? But I am literally teaching each of these steps in practical ways of how you can implement it. The day you start the course, even just on the art of receiving, you go see your circumstances change the day of. It is no way you're going to be a vessel for receiving and your life not change. You're going to start getting everything you did. And even if it did, I used orgasm as an example, but even if the first way it changed is you with your person, and it's the best orgasm you ever had in your whole life, and you like, what the hell just happened? The art of receiving, for real. People get really excited about paying you for your programs, products, services. You go to work and they offer you a new position or raise. You go somewhere and people start giving you, you get refunds and you get discount. The art of receiving will start it. But then we got that. We have the art of knowing. And then, like I said, detachment. And detachment is going to go with this video. And we're going to go deep into it because I introduced you guys to the this or better theory the other day, maybe 3 or 4 videos back. Go back and find that. That's just one of my theories that I use. And so many of you said how helpful that was and how much better that feels for you. That's kind of like what my work is how can you make this principle so easy for you that this or better will change stuff for you for detachment, but it's not the only thing. And so I have done that. It's called instant manifestation. I will put the link in the description boxes on the website, theschoolofquantumliving.com, but I'll also put the link, direct link in the description or somewhere around this video. I'm really excited for those of you who decide to jump in. It's super affordable. I did it that way on purpose. Yes, I know most of my programs, $1,000, $2,000, $5,000. None of that at all. So it's super affordable. And I'm really excited for you guys to learn how to instantly manifest not just money with like your career, but also everything in your life. You have to get to a point of detachment. And my heart doesn't want you to get to the point where you want to give up, where I don't even care about this anymore. Like, do I even want this? Because that means you've been through some emotional to get to that point. You don't have to do that. You can still be in the space of this is my desire and know how to release it so that the universe can still bring it to you. And you're not digging up this seed and you're not looking to see has anything started growing yet, because you already know. Receiving, knowing, detachment. If you guys have any questions about anything, any comments, let me know below. If you've had a similar situation where it was something you really wanted and you let it go and then it came to you, let your girl know down in the comment section, okay? Toodles.